2023 elk, Nevada. God, I like saying that word. Didn't think I'd be here this year. All the vouchers were sold out to guided hunters, but at the last second, one came available. Somebody backed out, and I was there. So things are going just as they normally do. It's nice to see. Nothing's changed. At least it wasn't on the truck. And I got a spare. So got to clean up this campsite. Whoever was here late rifle last year, or maybe sometime this spring, trashed it. There's crap everywhere. I got a few days to scout. Let's go find something. Okay, first day scouting in Nevada. Just picked up a double off the ground. You won't believe this. Check it out. That one, as it lays. This one's got a dropper. Comes off the bottom. Oh, look at that. It's about a 4-foot dropper. That'll come out with me. It's already been a success. All right, day 3, scouting. As you can see, it's been off and on rain. It's wet. I didn't see anything this morning worth a darn. Some cows and calves moved in, which is good. But all the bulls from the first day, I went back to the spring spots first day. They're gone. I don't know where they're at. I think the key to killing that big guy is going to be figuring out where they go when they're not there. I've seen them go to a few different spots, but I checked them all and they weren't there. So, and there was, what, 8, 9, 10 bulls. So, can't find any of them. So they've all moved somewhere. So either way, we're trying a different spot. A good friend of mine convinced me not to keep looking for other bulls. He's like, you've already found 2 great ones. Just concentrate on them, learn where they're going. We only got a few days before the season starts. Otherwise, I was going to try to find a plan C and D and whatever, but I think it's going to be A and B or nothing. So, here comes the rain again. Good, I need a bath. Okay, I got 3 days before the season starts. And I haven't seen the bull I want to kill in 3 days. Saw him that one time and disappeared. I got a great plan B. But I also have a buddy with tag. So I was hoping we'd be able to both focus on one of these big ones. But he's still looking too for another one. So I just tried a new option. I could still see where the first one was, the big one, but I also could see a lot of other ground. And it was several miles over to where it was. I didn't see a single elk today. And it was a perfect morning. I mean, what a human thinks a perfect morning is anyways. Either the elk have moved, which may be. I took a drive yesterday, and it's weird how the moisture sometimes isn't consistent. And some areas are just greener and lusher. And there's an area just 4 or 5 miles away that's looks like it's been getting hammered with rain all summer. But we're going to keep looking. Maybe I can find them in their beds. Something. Got nothing else to do but sweat. Last day of scouting. It's good morning. I'm calling him the G3 buck now, since he's got that wild, long G3 that goes up. I don't know exactly where he's bedded, but I know where he disappeared into, and it's right below me. It's a mile away, but he's with a bunch of other bulls, and they just decided to come this way, which they walked with the wind at their back. And I don't see anybody else watching them, so if no one sees them tonight, maybe we'll have a crack at them in the morning without any pressure. Still haven't seen the big six, the one I chased, my number one from last year, since the first night. He just disappeared. It's been more cool and wet, so I'm wondering if that changed where he's bedded, where he's living. He doesn't need to be in this nice wet area here, which last year he just lived in it. Not so much this year. And I've looked at spent the last 4 or 5 days just scouring in every direction. And I can see for 3 miles, 5 in one direction. I just don't know where he's at. And it's not like it was just him that disappeared. There was a dozen bulls with him, and I haven't seen any of them. There was several that were distinctive. They're all gone. So I don't know where they're at. I'm not going to play the 2 in the hand versus 1 in the bush game. I've got one right here. And he's fantastic. And I've got video of him. He was in my film last year. His rack changed a little bit, but I'm 90% sure it's him. I don't care if it's not, though. He's fantastic. And I got great film this morning, which I'll play right now. Okay, first morning. I put Chad on the big thick 6-point, and I came over here to look at that G3 bull, and I found him. He's still up on his feet, and he's moving around at the other side of a knob. I'm gonna beat feet over there. It's gonna take me a half hour to get over there, but hopefully I can still pick him up. An airplane just buzzed the whole area like 250 feet off the ground. I'm sure looking for elk. Like, no rules in Nevada, I guess, about that. But I haven't seen anybody else looking at him, so maybe we have a chance. Okay, morning 3. Last night was a bust. They never came out, and I just figured out why. They went about, well, most of the group stayed down here, but he went up with one young bull to north a long ways. But I got him. It's more sparse up there, the junipers, and he's bedded in a spot where I can actually see him. So it'll be a bit of a hike, but I need the exercise. And right now I got a little bit of cloud cover, so I'll take what I can get, and I gotta play. That's all I can ask for, right? Just keep trying, keep hammering. Okay, I don't think I made a report yesterday after day 3 afternoon. Had G3 bedded, and I mean, it was a gift. I mean, I could see him from my glassing spot, but it was a long way in there, and by the time I got there, he had moved midday. I don't think I spooked him because I could see the tracks where he got up from the bed he was in, moved to another one, laid there a little while, at least made marks, relieved himself, and then just walked away in the opposite direction. Like, I don't know where he was going, but this morning he was back after his little walkabout, and saw him this morning right away, and he would just hightailed it for bed. Sometimes I think they know it's going to be hot, and if the conditions change. There's zero wind today. It's just steamy. So he moved way up on the hill too, where there's probably more breeze. And after him moving on me yesterday mid-morning before I got there, I decided I would stay here a little longer and just burn my eyes out on the hill. And I just caught him at 10:05, moving beds to a little bit better spot. It narrows it down a little bit more. Before it was a little bit bigger area, and now I think he's probably down. I think I could probably go get ready, and I'm probably not going to go over there until mid-afternoon, though. It's just, there's no wind. It's going to be noisy. I need to figure out if there's going to be a wind, to figure out where I'm going to come from. It might just be thermals. He's on one of the steeper areas, so wish me luck. Okay, I have to go up and around them. I'm almost to the top now of that. I'm gonna go around. The wind's terrible. I keep switching, but I'm gonna get above them. Hope the thermals keep it good. When I got here, some of the young ones are out feeding. So I don't know if he's moved again or not, but maybe I'll even be able to see him from up above, looking in the shadows. Let's do this. Okay, we're about 400 yards from where that 7x spike bull is bedded, if he's still there. But I'm gonna take that thing with me. The plan is just to get tight, get some good film, because he's just a big old bull. And while I'd be happy taking him home, I know there's better bulls here, but I haven't seen one in 6 days. Do you pass up number 3 with 11 days left? I'm sure there'll be new bulls coming in too. I've got a Colorado tag that's started a couple days ago. Okay. 4 days left. This is the evening of that day. So 3.5 really. Got so close this morning. I had the big one's cow coming right to me. And another bull heard my cow calls and just ran in from the side to the point where it was like on the other side of a juniper and just, of course, got my wind and exploded out of there. It's funny, that cow didn't really spook, the one that was coming to me, but the big bull that I wanted was 140 yards away. Just watched the whole thing and said, nope, turned around and gone. So I grabbed I already had marked my pack. I dropped my pack there so I'd be light, and I got it on GoPro in my head. It's probably a pretty funny video because I'm running after him, making cow calls, and he's answering, and he's staying 150 yards ahead of me, and I chased him for a mile. He abandoned his cows. Smart. But the other one, there's another one in here that's even bigger. I've only seen him once. So I'm set up where I first saw them both. It's just a transition area they use between where they feed and water at night and where they're bedding. So I've found them bedded in here before this week, and it's just too thick. Yeah. Even if you get to 20, 30, 40 yards, you got no shot. So I guess the only way I'm going to kill them. Who knows? The other spots that I abandoned, maybe they're on fire now too, but as long as I keep seeing monster bulls in here, and I mean, these two they almost look like carbon copies of each other, but one's real dark horn, one's real light horned. The light horn one might be a little bit bigger, but they're both amazing. I think that makes 5 bulls now that I've seen in here this year that I'd be more than happy to take home. But with 3.5 days left, my standards might not quite be as stringent as they were in the beginning. Wish me luck. You. I'm dead. I'm dead. All right, what a day. So this morning, I'm shaking. This morning, I saw the big dark one again. I still hadn't seen the big light one. He picked me off. Another one came running in. Anyways. And then I chased him for half mile, and he just kept bugling. He's staying like 100 yards ahead of me. Well, that's his MO. I could hear him today. And I set up in his way, and at 5:30 he got up and started going the opposite direction up the hill. So I chased him 1.5 miles up the hill. Finally caught up to him and course, he spooked. So I was on my way back down, kind of pouting, and I heard a good bugle. There's lots of bugles going on, but a good one. He's down. And I just made a couple cow calls. I was standing right over there. He walked up, and I think I just heard him crash. He's digging the ground. On the 4th, the last day. I hope it's the one from the field. Either way, he's a great bull. But I give him a couple minutes, go get my pack. So he's standing right here. My arrow is clear over there. I'm gonna go get my pack. It's gonna be a long night. I can hear him. He's dying. Okay. So I don't want to sound like a dumbass, but I was a dumbass. It wasn't him rolling on the ground, it was him coughing. I got lung for sure. I tracked him to where he ran. He ran like a bat out of hell for 60 yards and stood there, and that was where I heard him coughing. It's lots of blood. But then he just walked away, and I can see like 80 yards. I'm definitely not going after him right now, and I might even give him till the morning. I don't know. It's gonna be in the 40s tonight. Gosh darn it. I'll have to look at the video. I got that. I'll look at that and make a call. But I think we got a dead elk. It'll just be a matter of if I find him tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so I can't figure out on my little GoPro how to replay that. Mr. Carpenter can only make things out of wood. So I'm going to go back to camp, and I'm going to leave him lay. The way he was walking off, and it was just like drip, 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 drip. You know, quarter-size drips. That's a good pool. You probably saw it. So, it's a crappy feeling, but I got all the waypoints saved. I'll be back in the morning. Okay. We're back in. We kind of let the morning happen. There are other hunters in here, so I didn't want to mess up their hunt. So I waited for the sun to come over the mountains, and we're moving in to go to where I left them last night, where there was blood, but they just walked off. I don't know if he walked 20 feet. It's pretty thick. I mean, heck, I ran into that other bull at 15 feet, and I was chasing him last night. But I looked at the footage. I figured out how to get the GoPro. I forgot there's an app on my phone. I could have looked at it in here, but so the way it was, the GoPro was sitting on my head. I need to keep it cocked off to the side because I'm a right-handed shooter. Like you can see the bull walking in, and then I fumble with getting my release hooked on the D-loop because I'm an idiot and I make my D-loops too small. But then when I come to full draw, you're like looking through my cables, so you do not get the shot. So that the video was no help to figure out where I hit him. It looked and felt perfect. I'm hoping that he's just feet from where I left last night at dusk. But I've lost whitetails from pushing them at that point, back in my earlier days. And man, when I saw him stop and then just walk away, that got a bad feeling. So today could be a great day or a really, really bad day. We're about to find out. Okay, elk is all broke down. It was cold enough last night. The meat smells fantastic, so pretty excited about that. One tenderloin, the bottom one. It didn't smell bad, but I kept it in a separate bag just in case. There's the 4/4 backstrap, tenderloin, backstrap, separate tenderloin, just in case. He might be bigger than I thought. The more I look at this guy, mass is ridiculous. You know, you get your heart set on, at least I do, on a you get your heart set, I do, on a big animal when I find it. And that's kind of what the whole quest is, you know. It's like a giant game of adult hide and go seek with consequences. And you know, I've been very guilty in the past. It cost me an antelope last year of just, I stuck to one and I never went to go find another option. 3 years ago in here, I got really lucky because I chased a ghost for 2 weeks and maybe a little more than that. Came over to this area with a little bit of time left and pulled it off on a giant. But there's been lots of times when I went home with nothing because I was just so set on one animal that I fell in love with. And I told myself I wasn't going to do that this year, especially filming this. I don't want to. It's bad enough that I keep messing up the kill shots. I mean, you get to hear the audio of the impact. And when I flipped him over too, I didn't realize how much uphill he was of me. I guess I did in a moment, but it looked like a low heart shot on the impact side, but it was complete center of body on the exit. So I took out, I think, the heart and at least one lung, if not the bottom of the other lung. So anyways, I'm rambling because I'm excited. I have plenty of water, a little bit of shade. I'm going to hang this stuff up and start making trips. It's not too bad. I maybe got to go 1.5 miles. So that's the good kind of pain. Yes. So, made back to camp. Was able to do a little shuffling of ice. These had just been storing blocks of ice. I had food and drinks in those. Was able to get all the food and drinks in these two with ice. Tenderloins, back straps, blocks of ice underneath, blocks of ice underneath, front quarter, back quarter, front quarter, back quarter. Neck meat's in there too. And doesn't he look nice?